What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to some more Final Fantasy 16 here. So we're back at the Delamil Inn. We are here where we're going to be meeting up with Gav because we need to get a part for a ship. Otto's gone to get the other parts. But yeah, that's kind of where we are at the moment. Yeah. So yeah, we need to meet up with Gav.
Looks like I found the river. Where's Gav?
Yeah, this game has been awesome. I've really enjoyed playing it. There he is, Gab. Keep pressing no.
Sorry to keep you, Gav.
Better late than never. I've had a quick scout about, and I reckon round here's our best bet. Want to grab as much of this Stardust stuff as we can. Don't know what Blackthorn's planning to do with it, though. I asked over in Delamil, and they seem to think it was worthless. But if Stardust is what Blackthorn wants, Stardust is what he'll get. There's plenty of the stuff lying about, just begging to be bagged.
Then let's get bagging, shall we?
We shall. Race ya.
Yeah, I've got a new sword that I've got some done some upgrades to, so we'll see how it handles in combat.
So this is Stardust. It just looks like black sand to me.
Some more here. Here we go.
That should be enough for now. Let's see how Gav's getting on.
You finished? How much did you get?
Enough. I hope.
You win. That might even be enough for old Blackthorn. Hey, before we go, do you mind if we have a chat? Feels like ages since we had the chance to talk. You know, man to man like.
It does, doesn't it?
Back when you first took Sid's name, we were talking all the time. Working out what to do in that.
There was a lot to work out.
And there still is. Those shoulders of yours starting to feel the strain. Hardly ever see you around the hideaway nowadays. Always on some errand or other. You can take a day off, you know.
Says the man who spends most of his time behind enemy lines.
Only 'cause you keep sending me there.
I know I can count on you, Gav.
Likewise. So you keep sending me wherever you need to, and I'll keep going. Safe in the knowledge that I have a home to come back to. Thanks to you.
Dirty birdies.
Right, that's enough soppy shite for one day. We'd better get this lot back to Blackthorn before he slings his hammer at someone.
You go on ahead. And try to get some rest once you're there.
Oh, I plan to. Believe you me. After Blackthorn gets what he needs, of course.
Right. Ready to go home, boy?
Alright, okay. Back to the old hideaway now. This is like part 43, isn't it? Yeah. Still got so much left to do. Hopefully it is enough for him. Yeah, no, there's still so much to go in this game, which is crazy if you think about it, but great. Gap.
Blackthorn. Got everything you need?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Cheers for the stardust. Should be enough to be getting on with.
We should go out on maneuvers together more often. You know, it beats sneaking around on your tud all the time.
I'll make a start on putting this thermal plating together then. It will take some time, mind. So if you've got other things to be getting on with, I could do without you breathing down my neck.
Thank you, Blackthorn. I'll let Mid know construction's underway.
Quest completed.
Suppose we'd better be getting back to work too.
Give us a shout if you need anything.
Yeah, the last episode wasn't really action based at all. This one hasn't been so far. But of course the previous two episodes, I mean, episode 41 obviously was fighting Hugo Kupka, and then the episode before that was fighting that big thing. I can't remember what it's called now. But yeah.
Think Mid might need some help tidying up.
If I don't come up with something soon.
You'll be pleased to hear that Blackthorn's started work on the plating.
Excellent. One down, two to go.
So, what's next?
The helm, of course. For this, we'll be repurposing fallen scrap.
Salvage from the ruins? I thought that material was all but impossible to work.
Ah, but we don't have to.
I'm sorry.
Just so happens there's one particular ruin that's broken into exactly the right shape and size piece that we need. What's the name back there? I'll give you all the details.
What's her name? Right.
Oh, Sid, is this about the helm?
Yes. Mid said I should speak with you.
I'll show you the plans then. Here you see the mithril engine, in which mithril is burned to generate heat. That heat is then harnessed to produce motive force. Excess heat is dealt with by means of the thermal displacement stack, which disperses it into the surrounding air. Now, were we to rely on thermal plating alone to achieve this effect, The rate of excess heat buildup would far exceed the displacement coefficient of the plating. In other words, the reactor would overheat and eventually explode. This is where the helm comes in. It connects to the plating, you see, and serves as a sort of thermal sink to absorb all that excess energy. Our experiments have shown that fallen ceramics are remarkably thermophilic. They can withstand and absorb levels of heat far above anything we are able to make today. And not only that, they're also waterproof and immune to rust, making them the perfect material for our protective hood. Why, if sea or rainwater were to enter the reactor proper, it would vaporize instantly. The forces produced would tear the ship from stern to...
You can stop there. I understand. Mid said we might be able to use parts of a fallen ruin. Where would I find it?
Ah, yes. It's in Lorbert's Pass, near Lostwing. The thing is, well, I probably should have arranged to have the pieces we need brought here sooner. You see, a certain unwanted visitor has taken up residence there. It's no longer a matter of just walking in and taking them. It's, going to be considerably more dangerous than that.
I see. Then I suppose I'd better deal with this unwanted visitor for you. Would that help?
Oh, very much. Thank you, Sid. I'll gather my team and head there right away. We'll meet you outside the ruins.
Accept this quest. So yeah, we're building a boat currently. That's what we're trying to do. To all the way over here, I see. We're building a boat so we can. Well, I'm not entirely sure actually. That wasn't quite explained, all that I can remember. I have thought that this game is has been really, really good, and I thought, but I will be honest, the story's been good. However, I will be honest in that I'm a little confused by it, of exactly what's going on and who's on what side. I think so. The Emperor, his son is the one that Joshua's just gone and spoke to, the prince. So he's the Emperor of an army. Sorry, I just want to make sure I'm going the exact right way. I am, yes. He's like the Emperor of one group of individuals, of one side, and then you've got the king, who was who's on the other side of you have the king who's on the other side, and they're fighting against each other. I think the royalists are the king is the king's let's get the sword again. Okay. Well, they are level 13 enemies. I'm level 30. Yeah, so I think the royalists are with the king. But yeah, and then I think the other enemy types are on the Emperor's side.
Oh, there you are, Sid. Thanks so much for coming. The ruins are just over there, as is the creature I told you about, I'd imagine. Would you mind?
Of course. I'll be right back.
Okay, let's see what this creature is. Funny if it's just like an anticlimax.
Anybody home?
There's one of these
This must be our
fuckers.
unwanted visitor. Time to go. Get him! Over here!
I fought one of these already. Nice. Enemy slain.
The things I do for you, Mid.
Sid! Oh, thank goodness you're safe.
You shouldn't have any trouble now.
Indeed. Well, don't let us keep you. We'll, see that everything is transported safely back to the hideaway.
All right. I'll let Mid know you're on your way.
Quest completed. How juicy. Yee, 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 yee. Sorry, I got stuck there. I think there was a chest just here. Yeah, it was. Let's get back to the hideaway. The hidey hole. I'll speak to Min, I'll probably call it there for this episode, and then we'll get the final part in the next one.
Mid. Helena has recovered the material for the helm. She'll be along shortly.
Excellent. Another job well done.
And just one remaining.
Right. Right, the shielding. This one's a bit of a bugger.
How so?
The plating's enough to stop the engines going pop, but those things will still be spitting out enough fire to set the rest of the ship ablaze. Which is why you need proper shielding. A prison for the dragon's breath that's blazing away inside. I thought a triple thick layer of tempered steel might do it. Or more of the stuff that the Fallen use, but they'd both be too heavy. The helm and the plating are bulky enough as it is. Add any more weight and the whole ship would be at the bottom of the briny before we'd even started. I need something light. But I've racked my brains and I just can't think what would do it.
Well, if I were in need of obscure knowledge, I know whose counsel I would seek. Harpocrates.
Tomes? Yeah, well, I'd thought of that, obviously. I've got all the details written down here. Can you take this to him, see what he makes of it?
Right away.
I just remembered why we're making the ship. I'll quickly go and speak to him. He's the librarian guy, isn't he? The guy in the library. Yeah, I just realised we're building the ship, one so we can travel to other places, but also so we can go visit Sid's grave, Sid the First. Sidophilus, as his full name is. To go see his grave. And Mid's actually his daughter, I believe. I said it, her father, so it must be. So, yeah.
Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for Mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine. Whatever will that girl think of next? What are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. It is said to be able to resist even the most ferocious flames. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with it in order to guard against dragonfire.
So if we could recreate it...
It might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, perhaps Bardolph and Obelus might be of assistance. I shall speak to them and see what wisdom they might have to offer. If you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients, I shall discuss the specifics of how it might be most effectively put to use with our two friends. The knowledge of the past may yet prove useful to we of the modern era.
Thank you, Harpocrates. And since you're asking others to help you, perhaps I should too.
So you need a hand, do you?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need. I could do with some help. And some company too.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the shielding itself.
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's game.
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in my research. I leave the decision as to who will go with whom in your capable hands, Clive.
I accept your quest. There, I'll end this episode here and we'll continue this on in the next one. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.